Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I am back for I Saw It in Somerset Studio Magazine. I'm still using the latest issue, which is February, March, April 2025. Sorry, there's a glare. And this one is volume 29, issue 1. For some reason, that's always difficult for me. We're going to work on this style. I'm obviously not going to make the exact same thing here. I don't have the same items, but we're going to, make it our own. And this one's by Mags Woodcock. And she did a canvas and then a whole kind of accordion journal. And hers is quite large, you'll see here. And it looks to just be on cardboard. So I am going to use a cereal box, and mine is only going to be 3, like that, the trifold thing. So I measured a piece. This is just off of a cereal box. I measured 9 by 6 and then folded it in thirds. And you can see on this side it looks a little torn. I peeled off all the the colorful part of the cereal box, and it actually came off pretty easy. I spritzed it with water, didn't soak it, just a spritz, and then went to the corner first, picked it until it was just the paper and peeled it, and it didn't all come off in one piece, but I did get some remarkably large pieces off. And then I sanded it just a little bit. So that's all going to get covered, so I'm not worried at all about that. But 9 by 6 is what I'm using. You can see she did a whole lot more, which you could definitely do. But with a video, it's a little hard to do something quite that large. I mean, of course, we could do multiple days, but we're going to just keep it to hopefully today. Sorry, I had to clip that page again so that I don't lose it. I have gotten a few things together just to make it a little bit easier. I've painted just a piece of copy paper with white and, gesso, so white, and black acrylic, doesn't matter what kind, and lots of water. And then I have my gray water, which is what I'm calling it for lack of a better term. It's just the brush washed off in here. Obviously it makes it gray. So I used a lot of that and just tried to keep it real loose and just brushed my brush around. You can see it's nothing special or amazing. It's just a nice, gray color. And then I also did just a piece of white tissue paper, put it on deli paper, painted it all over the same way I did the other paper, and this is what I got. So just for doing some layering, because we're going to do quite a bit of layering. If you look at these, you can probably see that there's text. The ladies are over the top. There's music page and all kinds of things. Lots of paper layers in there. So we're going to do some of that. So the first thing I kind of want to do is get this mostly covered with book page and stuff, and then we'll do things like put these layers on. I'm going to use my new digital, which is Grungy Gray, or Gray Grunge. It'll be in the description box with a link. But I printed it on tissue paper that's a little bit, you could do it on cicada wing paper, like I mentioned the other day that Renice was talking about. And what I did it a little different than the way Renice did it. Because I have done this before. I just don't do it a lot because I don't like the way the edges get the black from my printer on it. It's not as big a deal with this particular journal or this thing that we're doing because I'm going to tear it up anyway. But when I'm using whole, pages for journal pages, I don't want all that on there. Anyhow, what you can do, Renice said she washi taped hers on. I just use a strip of glue stick just right across the top. You kind of want to get that top edge that's going to go into your printer first with, glue so that it holds it down. And you can see here that parts got cut off and whatever. That's just kind of the way it is unless you have a perfectly big enough piece. But for this, it's fine because we're going to tear this and stuff anyway. So I did a bunch of pages of those from my Grungy Gray digital because I thought those would work well. And then I just have lots of book page and Tim Holtz tissue and whatever. So we're just going to get started and I will stop jabbering. But yeah, well, I won't stop jabbering, but you know what I mean. So you do kind of have to gather some pieces to make it work. But you could make big ones, little ones. You can make them more for journaling. You can make it more for setting on a shelf as a decorative piece. Whatever you like. And actually, I don't even think I'm going to ink these because they're going to have tissue and stuff over the top. So I think I'm just going to get it collaged and we'll get some stuff down on it. So how is everybody today? I hope you guys are well. I'm doing well. The sun is shining, so I am a happy camper. Very happy camper. Husband cut his finger yesterday, so he's not doing any projects. Well, as I start this video. That doesn't mean that it'll stay that way. Yesterday when he was doing the vacuum wasn't working. It wasn't sucking, and so then we got freaked out because we thought something might be caught in the line, or because I do vacuum out my Glowforge, all the little bits and pieces of like Mylar and whatever. So then that started to freak us out a little bit. And then he figured out the connection in the garage somehow got loose. But this is after we like tore things apart and tried to snake, you know, put the little snake down the hole of the vacuum hose and all that. Trying to figure it out. I'm telling you, if it's not one thing around here, it's 100. So yeah, a lot of it was our own making. But anyway, nothing was caught in the line. It just, the connection where it hooks to the wall in the garage had gotten knocked a little bit, and so it wasn't connected right. And I'm gonna, as you can see, go across multiple pages and whatever strikes my fancy. So, but then we got that all figured out, but he was irritated yesterday when he came in because he's like, what is wrong with this now? We just got garage doors, you know. It's like, oh boy. Yeah, but it was luckily nothing major, thank goodness. But yeah, when it rains it pours, as we all know and have discussed. Don't know why it has to be that way, but it is. This is a glue eraser. If you've never seen one, you can get them Amazon. You can get them at the dollar store quite often. They just are good only if the glue is wet. So they won't, like if it's all the way dried, it's not going to take it off. But they work pretty good when you just get it sticky like I just did. I think I'll put this one over here because I don't think this one will go over the folds very well because it's really old and it'll just crack and break. Which it will have stuff over it, so that it's not the end of the world, but well, I did a phooey job of that. I'll just come over here. I need a new glue page. Use a piece of this. Actually, this I might want to do in some spots on top because you're not really going to see that underneath. More of the like book page, and that I think will be better. yeah, he started off doing, he put new things over the gutters, which are really cool, like a screen over the gutters. You guys have probably seen them. But anyway, to keep leaves and dirt and dust and whatever stuff comes off your roof, because that is a constant thing that we're always doing, is cleaning those out. So this screen stuff just goes over the top, and you kind of form them to the gutter. But he cut his finger, so there you go. And then your gutters don't work right, and that is very annoying when it's raining. Just need a little piece here. Oops, I need it flat across the bottom. So yeah, we just want lots of different things to see through the paper, the tissue paper and that. I mean, who knows how much you'll actually see, right? But that's kind of the idea, I think. So this is really more of a decorative type piece, I would say. Probably. I mean, you could definitely leave some writing spots, but this is my stamped, where I stamped all the numbers. There is a freebie of this. I keep forgetting to put the freebies in when I talk about them again, but they are in the original videos where I used them. This one was for, what did I do this one for? I don't remember. It was just last week. Oh, it was the Art Journaling Magazine inspiration. That's what it was. I think I did that last Wednesday, I think. It all becomes a blur, I'm telling you. Especially when you film ahead and all that. So, but all I did is stamp coffee dyed paper, so you could definitely make your own as well if you want to. I don't keep picking the worst spot to put the glue on these. What is this? Yeah, I have to wait until the end of April, well, the 17th of April, to go to my doctor to figure out what in the world we're going to do with my hands. I don't know. And then I'll probably still get referred somewhere else, because she's just a, not just, but she is a general practitioner, so she won't be doing any like surgery on me or anything, so. I'm hoping we don't have to do that, but I've kind of tried all the other things. So I don't know. And it's both hands. My husband's like, well, if you're going to do it, just do them both at the same time and get it over with. But then I definitely won't be working for a while. But I don't know yet, so who knows? Hopefully not. We shall see. It looks cool just like it is, honestly, but I do like the look that she got, so I'm hoping I can sort of approximate it anyways. Who knows? I went for a walk this morning. It was beautiful. Cold, but that's fine. As long as it's not raining and windy and misery out there. I can do a little cold. All right. So I might just work on this side for right now, and we'll see where we get to. Because I can't fold it at the moment either. Because that's got to get all nice and dry. So I think we'll just go ahead and start on this side and see how far we get with the decorative bits. So this is actually the inside, isn't it? Well, this is the outside cover over here. So we could work on that. And I want to put one of the ladies on here. I don't know which one. Maybe I'll go ahead and do the biggest one. I really kind of want to tear them. It's always interesting tearing tissue because it doesn't always cooperate completely. You could use any lady images that you have if you like more of a different time period, whatever. Just print them onto some tissue, whatever you got. And just have fun with it and see what you come up with. Put her about there. And I'm just going to use glue stick. You could totally use Mod Podge or matte medium or whatever. I may go over it with matte medium, but probably not, because that Scotch permanent glue stick works fantastic in my opinion. I don't normally need, oops, that's way too far over, huh? I need to pay attention to what I'm doing here. Way too far over. I forgot. It has to be folded up. And if they get some wrinkles, I'm not worried about that either. But again, that's going to be a personal preference thing. So you do it the way you like it. That's player piano roll, which you can find every now and again if you're lucky. Because sometimes it's hard to find. A little skinnier bit here. Oh, I need to say hugs and blessings. Hugs and blessings to Tracy, Sherry, Heidi, and Maria. Thank you guys so much for your kind comments. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate all of you. Welcome to new subscribers, and welcome back to those of you that have been with me for a long time or a short time. I appreciate all of you. And if you wouldn't mind liking the video, that would be fantastic. Any activity on the video helps my channel grow, so I really appreciate those of you who do those things, comment and whatnot. It's very kind of you. Much appreciated. Because I can't do it without you guys. That's a fact. Piece of this on. And if you don't have old things, you know, like the player piano roll and those kind of things, just use what you have. And, you know, you can make a lot of this stuff look old by painting it, dyeing it, crumpling it up, doing all kinds of things. So you don't have to have the old stuff. I happen to have a lot of it because I've been doing this for going on 8 years now. So I've been collecting stuff, and I've been super fortunate that people have given me stuff. And, you know, all those kind of things. And my family gifts me stuff to use. So, yeah, that one I'm going to crinkle up. So definitely don't feel like, oh, well, I can't do it because I don't have all those things. Just use what you've got, whatever it is. Crumple it, crinkle it, do whatever to it. And these are my die cuts, and they're in my Etsy shop right now. We cut them on, well, we were cutting them on our Glowforge. Right now we're cutting on a small laser printer that my husband has, because the Glowforge still is not fixed because they sent us the part they said it was, and it wasn't that part. So yeah, I'm not real happy with them at the moment. Would not recommend them. Because that machine isn't very old. It's had nothing hardly cut on it but paper. Some few wood things. And yeah, falling apart and can't get parts. And it's pain. So wouldn't recommend them. Which is sad, because when it works, it's a cool product, but it's not easy to use either. I mean, as far as unless you're just using their files, but if you want to do your own files, it's just not easy. Anyways, these are in the shop. Oops, move that one a little bit. And the ones that are hanging off, I'm just going to clip. I'll put some threads. I don't think I'm going to be doing a whole lot of stitching on this, so I'm going to use glue stick, which I know is very odd, but it really works well. If you can get it to unstick from your fingers. And what else? This is can be obviously a very slow sort of process, because it's just going to be bits and pieces that you have. here and there. I'm going to ink this just a little bit. So once again, we are back to layering is a key component of this type of art. I don't know if I want that or something else. Oh, I know. I'm going to use a piece of this. This is that weird paper I used when I did my Winter Fashionista journal, because it reminds me of snow, but also it's just a cool textured paper. And my niece got me a huge sheet of this in Arizona at some paper supply place. I don't even know, so I apologize. I don't know, because I do get asked, but it was a gift, so. And the glue under that little part right there. I don't know if I want that there or not. It's a washi sticker, I'm sure you can tell, but it's some type of raptor bird. I'm not really sure. I think it's a hawk of some kind, but again, it's another sort of see-through something. I liked this project from the start, but it took me a long time to wrap my head around how I would want to do it. So it's almost the end of this portion of this magazine, and I'm finally getting around to it. It's funny how some things come to you like really fast, like right away, and other things take a while. I'm going to take a little bit of gesso. Yeah, this is going to be a long process. Oh my goodness. Just to blend them in a little bit. I know, I'm sure there's easier ways to do this. I'm sure someone will tell me. I'm just going for it, okay? Okay, so I think that's pretty good for that. I'm going to actually fold it now because I kind of need to see what's happening here. I do just want a little bit more. Stick down, you. Okay. All right, so there's that panel, and then this one's going to go this way. So it's going to be like that. I don't know why I was thinking that was the inside. This one we're going to do something else with that I kind of want to get to before we're done. So I'm going to collage this part. So what kind of projects are you guys up to? I've heard, when I ask that, a few of you do tell me, and I find it so interesting to see what kind of things people are making. It sounds like you guys are making some really fun pieces. Okay, I want to just, no, I don't want to go that way. If there was a bird on there, that would have looked kind of cool, but it's got glue on it now. My husband's been looking at seeds for the garden. I want to do a whole lot this year, but we'll see what he comes up with. I like this one because it's got all these little bitty numbers on here. Lots of them. And these pages with all these little tiny numbers are out of a statistics book. So if you can ever score a statistics book from thrift store or an antique store or whatever, they're kind of fun. And I'm always very happy to tear up a statistics book. Barely passed statistics in college by the skin of my teeth. Well, I mean, I passed. I got a C, so I guess technically, well, it was a C when I was going to school. That's how old I am, but now I think you can get a D and still pass, which is crazy to me. Okay, so on here, I liked the way on one of those she put a piece of lace on it, but first I want to put a piece of this tissue. It's hard to tell front from back on this. This is the front. It's a little bit brighter. I just like the idea of having that lace on the back panel. I think that's a good spot for it. Tissue, you really have to hold these rulers because it will sneak out from under there so fast. Not gonna work unless it's flat. Tissue has a mind of its own. Definitely not the best job ever, but okay. I'll just trim off whatever hangs over. The outside's all sticky. Actually, I think the glue goes on that side. Because I tried to put the shiny side, not the side that would get printed on. So hopefully, I don't know if I succeeded or not. We're going to find out. There, that way none of it hung over. And putting this lace on is another thing that's going to be a bugger. But I'm going to try. And I did put a little ink and some of that gray water on here. I think it goes that way. That away. This isn't going to be fun. I think I'm just going to put it on the lace. Or is that side better? It's really hard to tell. I just think I can get the edges and stuff better if I go all the way to the edge with the glue stick. We'll find out if it sticks. Okay, so that will be the back panel, like this. And I can trim it, but I'm going to wait till it dries. So I just wanted you guys to see how I wanted to do that, because not that I have to do it the way she did it. It's just I liked that little touch. This with the lace there. So I, of course, don't have that same lace, but I think that'll work. So what I'm going to do is pause and get the rest of the main collage on here, and then I'll come back and maybe we'll decorate one more panel. So I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. On this side, I did some things because I just knew I wasn't going to have time to do all of it with you guys. I added some of that tissue paper I painted. I added some kind of see-through fabric and a little tidbit of lace. A butterfly, another one of the ladies, more of the tissue. I did add this little writing spot, very small, but you know, you could write on it. And then we're going to work some more on this side now that it's all completely collaged. I think I'll put this lady down here, and we'll add some other good bits and pieces to her. I just knew we'd be here for 2 hours if I did the whole thing with you guys. So at least she'll get to see it complete this way. Because it's already a long video. I really like these printed on that tissue paper. That works pretty good. Put this lady over on the other side. And of course, you know, if I was doing this, no video and all of that, I probably would take more time to do more layering and all those kind of things. It's just really hard when you're trying to do a video. But I did quite a bit on the first one, so you guys understand or get it, right? A little piece of this might be good. Some old ledger paper. That one just does not want to glue into that little spot right there. Doesn't wanna. Oh, see, not breaking the hole. Better to do it now than later. Okay. Probably ink that a bit at some point. I'm just about out of glue too. I don't want to cover any of that writing because it's just really cool. think I'm going to be able to fit this. I probably should have shrunk it. Yeah, it's just too big. I do like this crumpled up edge though. Oh my word. My fingers are so sticky. I should have washed them when I had the camera off, but I didn't. Because I just kept on. Doing good now, y'all. Real good. I like these old handkerchiefs because they are so frayed at the top. Oh, this one doesn't want to tear that way. That's amazing. Usually it's so old it just tears without any trouble. I'll go down this way, but not the other way. Yeah, you really got to just find all kinds of layers, and best to find stuff that's thinner, a little bit see-through, because otherwise that bottom layer is sort of pointless. You wouldn't need it at all if you use stuff that isn't see-through. This is just too thick. Oh, this piece would work. Right here, I think I'm going to stamp this rose. I need something to stamp on. So many of you have mentioned if you stamp on like a, what do you call that? Mouse pad or something, it makes your stamp image come out better, and it does. I just always forget about those little tricks. I don't do a lot of stamping, and I always forget that. See, even that one's not perfect, but I'm fine with it. So I'm probably going to put something else on it as well. Just another layer. just cut off what I don't need there. Stuff stuck to me. Kind of want a little something across there. So sticky. It's awful. Awful. Okay, I think we're good now. So it goes like this. It's going to take some time under something to stay down. But that's the cover. And then we open it. You could definitely add pictures or whatever, but I think it's really just meant to be an art piece. There's the back. So it can sit, once it's got its form together here, it can sit somewhere like that. All right, guys, I hope you liked that. That is by Mags Woodcock, or the inspiration is by Mags Woodcock. And she did even more little like bits of string, and I might add some more things like that, but the butterflies are cool. These, if you have pieces of old book binding, that's cool. That's what this is. I just don't have any of that. Words are good too. That would be good across here. So I might add a few things, but for the most part, that one's done. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you try one, and we will chat again soon. Have a great weekend. Love ya. Bye.